Greetings, welcome to Dallas M Podcast. I'm your host, Nakangodi Mutawo Nsepecha Boshiro. Thank you very much to all our viewers. New ones, you are welcome. Thank you, family, for the support and love. Keep sharing our content, like, subscribe, comment. As a family, we are willing to grow together. Today we have our guest, our lovely guest. We're going to learn a lot about the law. So if, however, we don't cover anything, make sure you don't miss the opportunity. Just comment. We'll make sure you're answered. Caroline, welcome to the Dallas M Podcast. How have you been?
I am very well, thanks. And thank you so much for having me back. It was a blast last time. Hope it's just the same this time.
Likewise. A lot is happening. Eh?
Yes.
A lot is happening within our country. Goro iziki one level art for HOC or something. Ad hoc.
Yes.
Commissioner, Madlanga Commission, something like that. Maybe never understand the law too much. The purpose of having them together at the same time, King.
Well, essentially what's happening is the Ad hoc Committee only deals with the parliamentary things. Correct. That is for the ministry in itself within our South African ministers to sort of find out exactly how true the allegations as to the new state capture, as they call it, or the big five drug cartels, as others have actually called it, to inquire. They are basically two of the same things, just that the Ad hoc Committee is dealing with its ministers on a ministerial level, meaning that whatever is happening there cannot now be used in the inquiry when they actually want to implicate these people. So the way that I understand it better is that it's easier to get information from the Ad hoc Committee, as nothing that is said in that platform can ever get to court. You cannot adduce that as evidence. That's why they say that it's an Ad hoc Committee instead of an inquiry. An inquiry, in its essence, is that you have been presumed to have been guilty. And from that presumption, you need to show us why you're not. So with the ad hoc, there's protection. With the inquiry, they're trying to find out exactly what's happening. So now you get witnesses coming in, you get the accused people coming in, telling their own stories. And after those two committees have actually met and know exactly what's happening, or sort of understand, which is mainly the part of our intelligence, our South African intelligence. Once they understand exactly what's happening, the world will know what's happening, and then obviously there's going to be so much pressure on actual charges being brought to those people. So at the moment, there's not a lot of charges that are brought. These people are working freely. They can go to the shops. They can do everything that they want. While the Ad hoc Committee is dealing with our ministers. And now the inquiry, the Madlanga Commission, is just now trying to find out who are the other key players in it that do not belong in the ministry.
Practically, because of just for the sake of those who are within that gap. Of transiting from ad hoc.
Yes.
Or ad hoc.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to get it right.
Okay. So you're saying that one you are protected, right?
Yes, with the ad hoc, everything is protected.
So
even Cat was protected yesterday. The other day, he is protected.
Then for Madlanga Commission, he's no longer protected.
If he goes to the Madlanga Commission, no, unless if he asks for specific protection from them, which they can give him if he then turns state witness. He can get the protection that he needs. But with that, no, he's not. There are no powers that are based.
So I'm just thinking now. Whatever I say in the parliament is not going to be used.
No.
So it means even if it was something that prosecutor and so forth, they could have researched and got it and wanted to use in court, they can no longer use it again.
Did you watch the interview yesterday?
No, yesterday I didn't watch. I didn't watch, yeah.
It's either yesterday or the day before, but they asked them just before taking the oath and that he requires it binding on his conscience, and he said yes it does. And he went on to actually explain to the Speaker of Parliament that there are things that he's definitely not going to disclose, and that is because even though the ad hoc committee is going to give him protection protection into the people actually attacking him, right? Or journalists that get that information can use the information to get him otherwise, but not through that. So if he says, I was in Centurion on that day when Jerry Mushoha was kidnapped, but I'm not the person who kidnapped him, they will try and find out, not because they can actually implicate him on him being in Centurion, but the researchers, the investigators, they will find a way to link him to that given that information. So the information that you actually disclose is not supposed to incriminate you, but because people are smart, they will use it to cross some link as to how to implicate you. So it won't be because you said I'm in Centurion, it will be because after you left Centurion, you were seen in Midrand. They're not talking about Centurion anymore. They're talking about a serious thing now. You understand? So yes, in as much as they are actually protected, information is information. So now if you do go to a court of law and they give you that information that you can actually depose to an affidavit to say that you were in Centurion, you can say no. But at the ad hoc committee, they told me that I'm protected. Yes, you're protected, but we checked 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't get it from that.
So just to find a balance.
Yeah,
because you are more into law, English law. So let's make it simple.
Okay.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of ad hoc for accused and also for the parliament represent the country?
Okay. First, let's just understand that the ad hoc committee ke pleke eleng hore ho ya di minister, guys. Why our country had to go to Kosi Mampuru to this criminal and give him everything that he wants because he fears for his safety, it's bogus for me, you know. But he managed to do that, in which he manages to get away with a lot of things, and that is one of the advantages of ad hoc. Mereko wa bona is to get to the truth. Is to get to the truth. For the accused person, mereko how is to point the finger at somebody else. So that's a benefit as well.
Then, but they don't get the truth. What are they going to do?
They're not going to do anything about it. They just want to know. They're not going to do anything about it. Not to Cat. They can't use that information. Whatever Cat told them about himself. But what he tells them about Misi or Mkunu, the Masemulas, they can then proceed with disciplinary measures on that level. But with Cat, it's just, they're just trying to find out. It's called research. It's not really about him. But even though we know that it's about him, it's about how do we get this minister to actually take accountability. You know, and but the inquiry goes way deeper.
So someone or is just a hearsay, because are they providing proof?
They don't have to actually produce proof.
Oh, okay.
But
both
of them, they on both platforms. But you need to understand that you're saying whatever you are actually
you need to
it's not going to be taken seriously if they know that you have a criminal background and that you can lie. There was a point where the commissioner actually said to Brown Mokhosi that you do not respect an oath. And he said, I do. They said, no, but then we're looking at your affidavit. And in that affidavit, you said this, but today you're saying this. Said, yeah, I was just saying it. And they said, so that means that you don't take the oath binding on your conscience. So how do we now take what you're saying to be true? You understand? So you can say it, whether ugo ad hoc or ugo commissionary, you can just say things, but it's better to produce proof for credibility. Because if you just throw bombs about someone who's respected, who people have never seen you with, it's just speculation.
Okay.
That's why I'm calling him a clown.
Oh, okay. No, I see.
Yes.
And thanks for that education. Now, the one that we, from also our followers, they wanted you here to unpack, to educate us. The customary thing. This is something that I don't know why we're always confused around it, but you are here to clarify a lot of things. I just want to start somewhere. I don't know if it's treated separately, like Manyalwa Adikhosh.
Okay, like tribal weddings.
Yeah, is it? What are they calling it?
Tribal wedding.
So is it under customary also?
It is, yes.
So I just want to understand, because of not all the cultures, but the one I know, Khoshi Khono Nyalam Sadu Amrata first, ne?
Yes.
And then what about the village contribute to go and marry a wife that is going to be for mass child.
Yes.
So in that regard, so that, let's just say, the first one, right? What's gonna happen? How are they gonna register that marriage?
Okay.
Because of customary, once you register it, is by default it's civil, right?
Yes, it is. It becomes civil.
Yes.
Remember that if you have not signed at the Home Affairs that you are actually married, it will write customary marriage on your marriage certificate. It writes that customary marriage. But let's back up a bit and maybe let me just explain this to you. Customary marriages, by virtue of them, they are in community of property, remember? So, being by that they are in community of property, a normal customary marriage will consist of two people who intend to be in a monogamous relationship and create a union, right? So, the minute there is a second wife, it becomes a polygamous marriage. So, because there is this customary union that has been formed, and by virtue of that, there's a community of property, and now there's another person. Wife one needs to give consent. That we know, right? Your husband, obviously, he needs to bring that person to you and say, I am intending on marrying Mrs. Kosana. I want her to give me more kids. You know, there's always reasons why men want to marry a second wife. And Maria, let's say her name is Maria, says, okay, you can marry her. Then it becomes a customary marriage, but it's polygamous. It's still in community of property. So the estate will still devolve the way that it is. You understand? So now what's happening with customary marriage is that every single day there is something new that happens. That's why the viewers are always confused. Because every day somebody else has a different issue. And
also the lawyers are also confused.
Well, yes, they are running like headless chickens, but I'm not one of them. Okay. I'm not one of them. I keep my ear on the ground. So sorry, what was your question again?
My question was normally go tribal offices.
Yes.
The first Hoshi.
Yes.
The king can decide to marry a wife that he loves.
Yes.
And then also there is still need for another wife that will be a wife of the village or the nation or something like that.
Yes.
So they're gonna marry that. They call Masicha.
Yeah, Masicha.
So now firstly, Hoshi, the king go and marry that first one. Right? And now register as a customary marriage.
Yes.
So what does it say? Does it say before we have Masicha, all I need to entitled to everything?
So during that time, obviously she was entitled to everything. During the time when she's their first wife.
Entitled to the Sichava.
Well, not Sechava. I don't even think that the chief is entitled to Sechava. No. But I think that she would obviously carry the weight of being Masichava in the first place. And even when the tribe or the nation or the villagers decide that they actually do want Masichava, she will still remain the first wife with the perks of a first wife. Now, we are Rainbow Nation. What's to say the duties of a first wife is in Swati versus in Pedi? That's a completely different thing, right? So there is absolutely nothing that stops the second wife from also acting in her capacity as being married for Sechaba to carry out those duties. So, to put it bluntly, when I walk kamureng, when I go makani. If we are putting it bluntly.
Let me make it more practical.
Yes.
So, before Otowala Maschav is the king and the loved wife.
Yes.
I'm not necessarily saying what a Maschav Akusha Murat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, at that moment, who entitled to who
Yes.
as married. So, can if Oriya or Khoshi a can I exercise the rights of authority?
Yes, I mean, obviously it would depend on how stone age that village is. There are villages.
No, by the law. I just want to check what does the law say?
The law says that they can, but remember that the law works hand in hand with the chiefs. Obviously, there are parts where look at the closest one that we have is Lukuleng. I don't know if you know about King Lukuleng.
No.
There's King Lukuleng. He had his own initiation school. It was the biggest one actually in Pretoria. He has an initiation school and he had about 2 wives or 3, but it was more than one. And when he did pass away, the estate had to fall under someone, and somehow the Lukuleng tribe or clan could not give that to a woman, so it had to go to a stepbrother. So it went outside.
So okay, because of mostly tribal offices, they run things through the trust.
Yes.
Okay.
Also they don't want women in power because no king wants to be told what to do. So now, well, not king, we're not in America, but the chief. Like, there's no chief that's going to sit in a tribal meeting with where there's a woman involved to talk about those things. You understand, Hore? Now, when we're talking about customary marriages and people wanting to take Maschaba, we've gone outside of Pretoria. Now we are there, go Machileni, go Luwahome. Even though Luwahome is way better advanced, but we're talking about old age things, and those people are going to use their law. Because even the court there, it's called a tribal court.
Oh, there's a tribal court?
Yes, there are tribal courts. They don't go to magistrates court. They don't see magistrates. They go there.
I think it's fair enough. So, let's step into once that marriage, now you have polygamy set up.
Yes.
So, what's the process there for all of those wives to be regarded as official?
Is this before or after the death?
Before death.
Before death, okay.
In terms of asset allocations.
Okay. So why would they want to know who has what before he dies? I mean, if you're still alive, you know that you have 2 wives. Each wife has to have their own house. That is obvious, unless if you didn't know. Did you know that? You can't put them all in one house.
I'm not sure the law doesn't allow that.
The tribal law says the 2 wives, all of them need to have their own houses. Because that is one of the requirements into getting into a polygamous marriage in a tribal area. It's that they actually want you to prove that you can afford to have 2 wives.
Is it?
Yes, it's not just your decision. It's for the likelihood of literally the whole village.
But to be honest, most of the polygamy setup that we see, I don't think everywhere. I don't really think they've passed that grade.
Begs my question: where are you talking about? Urban areas or
urban area, even rural areas?
Urban area, polygamy.
Because I
can't take it seriously.
I don't really think they had so many wives. They were ticking those boxes.
Well, that's then.
Okay.
Remember that the Recognition of Customary Marriages Act only came into effect in 1970. So now we can't talk about those people.
But okay, maybe that show off Muselweki because of maybe we would say is Zulu culture or something.
Yes. That's why when you first started, I told you different do things differently.
Then you see this thing. Then no, we are not going anywhere.
We are actually. It's beautiful because now men can take their wives' surnames. Did you know that?
We want to come to that part. You gotta come to that part. No. We are talking about the law.
Yeah, but how am I going to talk about the law without referring to myself?
No, you can. For this one, you are allowed not to refer yourself.
Okay.
And just do your work.
No.
Don't get personal. On that one, be professional.
Okay, I'm not a wife, I'm a lawyer.
Yeah, be a lawyer. Yeah, on that one, be a lawyer. So and I think this one. But thank you for touching that part, because honestly speaking, I think that law. Okay, now if you want to do polygamy, you cannot register it through the magistrate or Home Affairs.
Okay, so what used to happen back then and what's happening now? Back then, it was you pay lobola, you go through a court, and then you sign and your document is apostilled, right? And if that didn't happen, your customary marriage was not recognized. And we do have people that have been married before 1970 that still get divorced now, and the two acts obviously they clash. But with the new one now, it's a matter that once you decide that you want to enter into a monogamous or a polygamous marriage, the first thing is that the first wife needs to be registered. Okay. So there has to be umfazwe paper, as they say. There has to be that then one. The
second one?
Who's to say that the second one is not going to be umfazwe paper? Because it's up to the man to say who he's going to go to Home Affairs to sign with. You can choose the second one. He can. There's nothing that stops him.
But the second one is spectator.
Yeah, so now, because you cannot have two people being married to one man in a civil way. So it's up to the husband to decide that this is the person that I want to marry, even first with paper, and then when you will be my customary wife, which is normally the wives that stay at home, and then he comes to.
So actually, is a marriage out of box?
Yes.
It's more like you are side chick.
Yeah, side chick being introduced to and you know, like we carry on like normally, and we cohabitate. You know, there is something very, very nice about how mature women have actually gotten now. And because we have gotten very, very mature with understanding that our men will cheat, whether you like it or not. They will cheat. There's this thing that is frustrating because men are no longer going through the steps of actually bringing this person to you. It's just for you to find out because they know that you expect them to cheat. You understand? So now this whole polygamous thing, right now, I don't see people our kids' ages doing it in the next few years.
Okay, they not formally doing it.
No.
They informally doing it.
Because the thing is, we take half the job from you. You're sleeping, I take your phone, I put your face there, and then it unlocks. I get this girl's name and number. I call her, we meet at Tasha's Cocktails, and I explain to her that we both dating you. We set up a schedule. That's how mature we are. You know, we've set up a schedule. Okay, sharp. Now I have time to do this on the say. Sharp, okay, and then your life is made a whole lot easier. You know, and now there really isn't a need for polygamy. There isn't, because you're a side chick, you're a permanent side chick, and this one is the wife, and both of you respect your places. So I honestly, my forecast is it's now. I don't see many polygamous marriages happening in the next few decades. Honestly, I don't see it. I see more and more women going through that rather than omunyala. I'd rather just accept, because homunyezi now you could have to faith. Just because you introduced her to me doesn't mean I must like it. So we still we get to keep our power over you, rather than
So where do you put the veil of a marriage
right now
in that picture?
This is something that I think from person to person, it honestly differs, because I deal with divorce on a daily basis. My image of marriage it's influenced by what I see at work, but also by what I arrive to at home. Okay. So when I'm home, I work with my person, right? So we are in each other's faces 24/7, home and at work. We are in each other's faces. What happens at work, it's something completely different than what's happening at home.
Okay.
At work, I don't want to.
Let me make it more easier for you.
Yeah.
Based on the observation at work.
Yes.
Yeah, because of you are dealing with divorce cases a lot, right?
Yeah.
That's your primary function.
That is my bread and butter. Yes.
Yeah. So the veil of the marriage.
I don't want to go to hell for giving.
Is there hell?
No, I mean by giving a straight answer to your question, a very transparent.
Yeah,
answer.
just give me something. It's fine. I'm not greedy. Just give me something.
I don't believe in marriage. I don't value marriage as anything. Not to say that when you're married it means nothing, but I mean I've been in it long enough to know that I would have made a few decisions differently. Not that I don't want to be married. It doesn't mean that. It just means that I used to feel differently about marriage than I do now. I used to see marriage as the top tier of everything. But now it's like, okay, yes, I mean, we're married, now what? Because after the Jadi Kuku and everything happens, day one after real life begins. And real life is not all bed of roses. Well, it might be a bed of roses because roses have thorns, right? So so for me, personal.
But it's the same thing.
Well, there you get to actually leave.
Oh, I see now. It's that you are not binded.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I think that I'm just trying to have an honest conversation with you.
Yeah.
When you are a very busy businesswoman like myself, it's difficult to keep all your eggs in a row, So marriage it's a hindrance if you don't marry the right person. It becomes a chore. You get to experience people because this is somebody that you
so let's say you married the right person.
When you marry the right person, good luck. Because
do you still find a value in that?
Your soulmate can be the worst person in the world, but there's value because you're gonna fight for it.
Oh, okay.
Marriage is not easy. Come on, you're married, you know this. Marriage is not easy.
Relationship, partnership is not easy. In life.
No, not the relationships. Like I've always been good.
That's why I referred as partnership. Yeah.
But after I do, like I said this about my deceased husband. I said that to him. I said we were perfectly happy before we decided to be happily ever after. We were perfectly happy. Rarely ever fought. And then there was that I do and everything just turned. So, but marriage is a beautiful thing. I mean, like the first 6 years is nice, and then you get to live with the actual person, and that's when we come in and we try to solve the whole thing. But I say that I believe in marriage for two people other than myself. Let me put it that way.
Oh, okay. No, I understand you. As you mentioned that the difference between data fair is because of the binding. Yeah. If it doesn't work out, you can decide to leave. So, Wakawen, what are the most issues that are causing people to divorce?
Okay. People think it's money, ne? People think it's money. It's not.
It's also money part.
It's communication. Like I'll put communication in a big red, font. And
so you mean people really get divorced because of communication?
Here's my thing. If you and I do not know how to communicate, we're going to fight about money.
Oh, I see.
Right?
I see.
Why?
I see.
Communication. If you and I are going to fight about your family's interference in our marriage, communication, right? It starts there, it's communication. If you and I are going to start fighting about your mistresses, goes back to that, communication. Did you communicate with me that you felt like your needs were not being met? So the number one cause of divorce, regardless of what people say, it's not money, It's not infidelity. It's not all of those things. It's not family intervention, third-party interventions, gambling. You know, it's not that. It's communication. When you get to the heart of everything and you sit down and you listen so that you can understand, you don't listen so that you can respond to your partner, then you have passed a test that many couples do not actually pass. Because everything will revolve over communication. Just communicate. Tell me, hey, I had a rough day at work, I don't want to talk. Sharp. Now you're coming in, you're grumpy, you don't say anything, and now I'm there chopping carrots, you know, and I'm just looking at you like, and then this person, like, I don't know what's happening, you're not telling me what's happening. Then there's bad air immediately. So I would have said a few years back, I would have said it's money. But having been in this and actually analyzing it, I'm seeing that it's communication. People just don't know how to talk, and people don't understand each other's love languages. Because there's a person who, after a fight, they need to talk about it. Regardless of whether it's sorted out or not, they need to talk about it. That's their love language. They need to resolve it, whether they still shouting or not. There's people who walk away. You need to know if your partner walks away. And then you give them time. And when they come back, they are ready to receive. They are the kanyimbos of this world. If you buy me a Birkin bag, apology accepted. You know, so everything just boils down to that. Just be on the same page, communicate, and unfortunately, most men can't communicate. They were not brought up, well, let me not say they, you were not brought up to actually be a good communicator. Because when you communicate, you let your feelings out. When you get your feelings out, sometimes you'll cry. If you cry, you guys see it as weak. That's why.
So most kids, I hear you, or let me say, I understand you.
Yeah. You see, it didn't come out. It stayed. That's what makes
because of if someone reply by I hear you, I know that we are not. What's what I'm saying? It's like get on with it. Let's pass it. Yeah, like it's on. It's all thinking. What's that more? I hear you. Honestly, I hear you. It's like Okay, yeah, that's why I'm rectifying that. I understand you. You understand, yes. So then this bring the character. Okay. So I think sometimes, not all the case, people are not ready to be part of the process of growing. Yes. Because honestly speaking, if I meet you now, the next 5 years will no longer be the same. No, impossible. Yeah, because of there will be the changes. Yes. I think that's transformation. And then we fail to understand that we need to be there for each other to go through the process. Yeah. Of not necessarily growing up in detail, of understanding what we are becoming. Yes, I think that when I was young, my mom used to tell me to actually find a husband at school. Right, because that person is more likely to be in your developing stages. They understand things the way that you do, other than getting married to somebody who's like completely different. Maybe they didn't go to school, or maybe he's a criminal, or I don't know, you know. Yes. But meet someone who's on your own level and stick with that. And in that way, you understand that when I do my board exams, he's also doing his board exams. Yes. So we're going through this thing together. Almost same structure. Same structure, you know. And that is our nuclear family, the one that we see, that every one of us actually looks to and says, I want that, you know. I want to have my own car and my husband has his own car, and we go into a house, we've got twins, you know. That's the nuclear family, but it's hardly ever achieved. Especially with us now, like, I mean, we are a generation of stepmothers and stepfathers, you know, so we are one step away from it. But what I took from what my mom told me about actually marrying the person like that was that I just need to find someone who understands the vision. The vision. You don't need to be in the vision, but understand it. And when I say this is what I'm working towards, show enough interest to help me get there. Don't do it for me. Help me get there. And if you see your significant other improving, tell me how that doesn't motivate you. How?
You know, I was actually laughing with my mom the other day, and I was like, there is no one as stressed right now, like this week and next week. There's no one as stressed as a broke boyfriend that has a beautiful girlfriend going into December. You know, because it's this. Now she's there. She's just a girl. All she needs to do is just be a girl, be beautiful. She's there, and then when you're here and you're broke, and then it comes all of the guys with the AMGs and everything. You know, so your growth is not the same. She's going to have that house in certain way faster than you're gonna build it for her. So growth is very important. And understand the vision. You don't need to be in the vision. You don't need to say, I want you to be a nail technician, but support that. That's what I want to do. And unfortunately, we're not gonna get that with the kind of marriages that we're having now. We can't, because people are not going to therapy. People are not confronting things. People are just divorcing. Like, it's left, right, and center. Especially now, our office is more convoluted with divorce cases, which is why I kept postponing with you. Because the minute you're like, okay, let me do this, somebody calls and they want to consult. It's a divorce. That is like our prime time. We know festive season, divorce. Everybody divorces.
So for just example of a general range, do you think or most of women are in it for survival,
yes,
not for building?
Yes, yes, they are. Oh, definitely yes. And I don't think that they are doing anything to hide it either, though. You know, because men are, they're okay with it.
Yeah, I think it goes two ways. Yeah. If you are okay with it, then it's fine.
Yes.
Then
what about the one who's not okay with it?
The one is not okay with it. I think another choice level for someone who's willing to build with.
Like, I mean, it's actually quite easy. I meet you at a club, let's say a club, and okay, I look very beautiful. You know, got my tight dress. Let's say I've got a Brazilian butt lift. You know, what do you call it? BBL. So I've got calves. You know, I've got nice bums and everything. That's what you see. That's what I'm advertising, right? That's my advertisement to you as a man. And you come, you stand next to me, you put your wallet, and it's thick. You know,
it's thick.
It's thick. No, I give it 200. I see 20 rand. I see 20 rand. That's it. Each one.
But I don't. What I didn't let me see.
In Nemana, Crewity, look at the Piano. Baby, and then I watch. Like, hi. Can I buy you a drink? You know.
Focus him over the
No, focus how is a girl. Focus of him is on the bat. Right? So those two people, what did they say they wanted from each other from the get-go without them being in a relationship?
Oh, I see.
You said I wanted your ass, I said I want your man.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So even if those two people get married, it's no loss because that's what he wants. He wants a beautiful woman who has a BBL to be his wife.
Okay.
So now we cannot say, no. I'll hire a helper.
Okay.
You know, I will just hire a helper. So men have become this, well, not actually become, they are still willing to be the blessers. You know, our fathers were doing it, but it was called parenting and husbanding, you know, because they were marrying our moms and, you know, and they were doing everything. But now when I'm marrying you because I want a hot wife, it's different.
Oh, okay. Now I see. So you are technically saying, as part of that, so once they get to the reality of life,
yes,
to deal with the character, because of there are some events of life.
Yeah. Maybe
that body will suit for that events, and then but now comes to some events of life where it needs more of spiritual support, financial support, or just emotional support in general. So do you think if we still have more of people like that, the GBV is it gonna end?
No. Simple answer is no. I mean, even if women were not getting into marriages for survival, the GBV statistics would still be the same.
To be the same.
I think it would. I think that men repress a lot. It doesn't have to be that I'm a gold digger and I took your money, that's why you're beating me or you're killing me. It doesn't just have to be that. Men, you guys, you harbor a lot of emotions. And when it explodes, it's like a volcano. There is, I don't think that you guys have the mental state to actually handle things. You know, rejection, guys will kill you if you reject them. A man will kill you because he bought you a car and then you cheated. There's a lot of things, but I mean, like, do you really need to kill that person? Did that person have to die because they cheated on you?
Okay.
You know, so the reason behind it should not be the matter. The matter is that you have the mind of a killer, regardless of what I did. You have the mind of a killer.
Do you think there is a space for men in the gender-based violence?
To be honest with you, yes, there is. There is.
Don't you think basadi ba direla victims too much?
We have. And honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, because the reason I'm saying this, you just gave a nice example that the example of a body and all that. Nah?
Yes.
But now, if you came to reality, the emotional or economical abuse women put men under.
Yes.
It might be one of the things, the reason for GBV, because of now, and it's unnecessary. Maybe it's me. Because of now, all women now have opportunity. The same opportunity men have.
Yes, but men won't go because they'll be laughed at again.
No, I'm just saying, if basari lo wana one in a different way, because of now equality, gender equality, in our country is part of our law. So there's no any other reasons. Yes, to make it in life than because of now. I know it might be a weapon. Yeah. You expect someone to do something that you cannot do it for yourself. And you fail. This is mal.
When you were still in school, who was the smartest person in class? Still in school, any class that you can remember, maybe grade 11, grade 12.
Names.
No, was it a girl or a boy?
For me, mostly was boys.
Boys were smarter. Okay, it's different from the school that I went to. When I was still in school, literally from primary up until matric, girls were always smarter than boys. I don't know why, but they always were smarter than boys. Literally from primary up until matric, girls were always smarter than boys. I don't know why, but they always were smarter than boys, and they catch things faster. So girls have proven that they have the intelligence to actually do a lot of things that all of us can do. You know, what a man can do, a girl can do, or maybe even sometimes do it better. The thing is, the stigma that we have that I don't have to do this because I'm married, you know, or I'm beautiful and everything. Yes, the economical pressures that we put on men make them hate us, right? But it doesn't make them kill us. What makes men kill is the fact that after I did all of that, you still didn't value me.
Yeah, the thing is, remember, those are actions. They build up. Yes. Because of now, even if you look into how the culture goes and so forth, now that is a pressure on its own.
Yes, it is.
So I'm trying to say, we should also, women also should come into the party and say, okay, we also owe ourselves development. Yeah. We also owe ourselves to take charge of all our desired material things that we want to achieve. So in that way, it will focus somewhere, because of once there's emotional attack to each other is the better. I'm not justifying GBV.
Yes.
I don't condone it, and I don't think even African men they condone it, because of if you can do any GBV action in front of African men,
yeah, they will
attack you.
Yeah.
So it's not something that is I can say, or we have it in nature because of we don't like it, but it's something that psychologically it happens in the background. But that is fine. I think we made it clear. So just
before that, I just want to go back with you, ne? If right now I buy a car and I'm married to you, and we have to drive to your home, do you understand that I'm going to say that you need to drive it and say that it's yours when you don't have your car? Do you know that it's important for both of our families to think that it's your car because you don't have a car and you married a girl that drives a car? Do you know that that's what happens in most marriages? That a woman will use her own resources in order to clean up a guy, sort of to say to her family, he takes care of me. You don't know that that happens. If you called your mom and said, right now, what, I'm taking my wife to Durban, she'll say, oh, Mwanaka Wirapi. If she called her mom and said, I'm taking my husband to Durban, they won't be that happy. That's where it comes from, our upbringing.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing we can do about it. I mean, we can try and have as many conversations that we want to, but until generation and we become the new grandparents, then can we change the narrative. But unfortunately, they're still here. They're still going to impact that old age thing out. You understand? So GBV just happens to one of the consequences of what happens when people heal. People go into outbursts.
And not necessarily, or I don't feel for the victim.
Yeah.
But in most cases, by abuser, they make these victims, they the victim too much. Honestly, I think they don't take accountability because mostly Basadi are the ones that are condoning wrong behaviors compared to men. And the same wrong behaviors are the one that's going to cost the GBV.
Yes.
Because of now, if you want to do something wrong, and that is wrong. So you see, the most common root cause that is finger massage.
It is, and you know another thing as we are talking, I'm thinking now. If I was to actually you did something to me and police station, that thing that I write, the occurrence on the OB, the occurrence book, I have to write the statement again, and I'm lying. And then after that, by commissioner. So now I lied under oath. It's called perjury, by the way. And then after the 5,000 rand that you promised me, and then even my police saying when I won't pay on. After Snompa, I ran to the same police station and I say I want to withdraw. Why is it not law that when you withdraw based on the fact that you lied, you actually have to be arrested?
No, I think we feel a direction.
Yeah.
So there's this one. Polygamy. You are saying only one should be registered.
Only one wife can be registered in a civil marriage.
And then tribal.
All of the others can be.
And then the tribal one.
Yeah.
Can they all be registered?
Yes, they can all be registered with Home Affairs. Just that it's community of property under customary law, or they can then sign the anti-nuptial contracts.
Okay. Now, if they're going to do that, right? So it means now all of this marriage should be out of community.
Normally, that's what people do, and it's
for polygamy.
For polygamy, that's what the courts do now.
Under customary.
It's interesting to see it, yes, because many courts don't have the same voice on this, right? Because now what's happening is we have divorces, customary divorces in the magistrate's court, as opposed to when it was only in the high court. Now there are judges that actually go to magistrate's court and they become senior magistrates there and they reside on these cases. And one can on this day say that you can be married in civil law only to one person, and then all the others you can marry them customarily, go to Home Affairs, and it's all of it. It's included.
So,
all over.
so how is the man certificate gonna look like? I understand maybe on the women part or yeah, but yeah, cause I get to go one to main situation.
Remember, Hori, each and every wife is going to have their own marriage certificate. So
yeah, that one I understand clear.
Yes.
I want to understand the men.
He will have to carry 11 certificates.
Oh,
He will have to carry marriage certificates for all of them.
So, all of them, they need to receive death certificates.
Exactly. Well, it's not different death certificates, but they all have to be originals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying because of
they all have to be original. Yes.
No, okay, okay. So now you can have more than one marriages registered at Home Affairs.
Registered at Home Affairs as customary, not as civil.
Oh.
Remember, just because it's registered, it just means that it's recognized, not that it's now a civil marriage. It's registered.
Oh, okay. Yes. No. I think you wrapped it up. But what the good lady, they will find a way to see what's best. And then I think to our viewers, you just simply need to consult on this one. Actually, when you want to get married, just consult the legal part, and then especially know about the customary marriage, because it seems like it's an ocean. Once you are in. It's not gonna be easy. And then as you have heard from our guest, when you build, make sure that you are ready for building, especially it's going to determine. So if you are willing to build, look into qualities of a builder, not what you see out, because that's what's going to drain you. Improve GBV. Let's improve on that. Let the course, but explanation and we learned a lot from Lena, and we're hoping to see you again to learn more because of time. Again, to you viewers, thank you very much. The love and support you show us. Please help us grow. Keep on sharing our content with friends, family. Make sure you subscribe, and also you comment, engage with us. If there's something that we didn't unfold it clearly, just comment. We'll find a way to ask Caroline to come in and clarify. Don't sit with those legal battles. Just say it, and then we'll sort it out. And then just the last one, Caroline, for legal battles for children. We had a request. One of our followers want to know because now we are going to December. Yes. Going to December, we have that situation whereby they need to access children, buy things, and so forth. What's the legal route to have your children fully and full access without disruption? And what is it that is binding you to communicate, to cooperate? Just give us that scenario. Okay. Clearly.
All right. So in terms of children, obviously, the court is the major guardian of all children. Right. So if mom and dad do not live together, and the child is, let's say, mom, because most of the time the children live with their mother, and the dad wants to have access to the child during the school holidays, they just simply have to go to any children's court. Children's court is just a fancy name of saying magistrate's court, and then there's like a criminal, there's civil, and then there's the children's court, there's maintenance. So you go to any magistrate court in your area. Don't go to a magistrate court that's far, because they won't help you.
Okay.
So you need to go in the area that
it free?
Lives. It's free of charge. You go there, you tell them your story, that you need to have access to your child. They're going to make you sign a form where it says bringing matter of a child to court. And with that letter, they're going to actually appoint you a social worker. The social worker is going to come and make visits at your home to see if your environment is livable enough for a child. If they are satisfied, they will then send a directive to the baby's mother and then request that she come to court. On the day of court, you can then request the days that you want to see your child. If those days are fine and justifiable, you will be able to see your child.
And then do they need any proof to show that it's your child?
Well, most of them sign on the birth certificate,
Oh, okay.
but the DNA tests are also done at court. It's just that it's a bit more expensive.
Okay.
You know, it's over thousands, by the way. So DNA at the court, you can do that, and you basically saying that when this child was born, I was living with the mom. You're presumed to be the father. There's that presumption by law.
Is there a consent that the guardian or the mother has to provide to be given access, full access?
Well, no, not necessarily concerned. I mean, it's made through the parental plan agreement, right?
Okay.
Have you heard about the parental plan agreement?
Yes. But let's just say if the mother is no longer available,
then it's the grandmother
who has to agree.
Yes. Whoever, any legal guardian.
Okay.
Yes, if there is a guardian, if the child is living with a sister or whatever, you just bring those people to court. It's so simple, and the court is fast. You know, when it comes to the children's court, it's not as slow as it is in maintenance. In children's court, everything is handled as an urgent matter. Maintenance, it's more of something else. And the children's court clerks are amazing. In every area, they are amazing.
So what is it that men should do that will give them advantage to be in a better space to have the access?
Show interest in your child. Show proof that you've been sending WhatsApps, emails, calling, going to see your child, even if you go and they don't allow you, but have those dates. Journal them. Journal yourself buying nappies, diapers, or even, you know, bicycles. Be a father to the child in his absence. In his absence, try and fight before you actually go to children's court. Show that you actually been trying your best, and that this woman is evading you from seeing your child. Just show proof. If you can prove,
regardless if our viewers understand, you can go and get your child. It's your child.
It's your child.
Okay. To viewers, let's get what belongs to us. From another host, thank you very much. Until we meet again, Rashad.
Thank you so much.